Alrighty, so we all know Christmas is coming up in a few months. As you're probably aware, most of your businesses in the industry will shut down over the Christmas period between Christmas and New Year's. Some will take a longer period, whether that be shutting down a little bit earlier in December or extending that to be coming back a little bit later in January. Whatever the shutdown period of a Christmas is, your individual employers will tell you the dates if they haven't already have told you. What you'll need to do as soon as possible is fix up your timesheets for that period. So this will be a two-step process. So the first thing you need to do is put in a leave request for that shutdown period. So as you would any normal week, log on to your timesheet system. So log into the portal, press on timesheets, and you'll be loaded up to any time here. What you want to do is click the three lines in the corner, and what we want to do is click on the leave button here. As you can see, I don't have any leave on this account, but yours will come up here, and it'll come up with any records of previous leave applications if you've made any. What you're going to do is press new leave application, and what we are going to do here is scroll down to first day of leave. Your first day of leave is the first day that you are going to be paid annual leave. So it's not your last day at work, it's your first day of getting paid leave. So if your company has said that your shutdown period starts on the 25th, you're not going to put the 22nd, which is your last day at work. You're going to put the 25th, which is your first day of leave. And they say you'll come back to work. When we go, let's just say, for example, they tell you to come back to work on the 8th. That's not your last day of leave. Your last day of leave is the 5th of January. Hopefully that makes sense. So down here you can see total working days taken as leave is 10 because we're not counting the weekend as days of leave because you're not getting paid for those days anyway. In the box here it says total hours of leave. So 76 hours will be used. That's not going to be the total hours that you use. Obviously, as you're aware, there's 3 public holidays between Christmas and New Year: Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Day. What we want to do is have this box ticked here, edit leave hours, because we want to exclude the public holidays from our leave request. So obviously, we're going to click Monday, which is Christmas, don't include. The 26th is a Boxing Day, which is also a public holiday. Don't include that one. And then the 1st is going to be New Year's Day. That's also a public holiday. We're not going to include that. What you're going to do is down the bottom, you're going to see that total hours is 53.2. So that's excluded the public holidays. Remember that number and put it up here. So 53.2, because that's how many hours of leave we're going to use in our request. Let me make sure that's correct. Yep. Cool. And just make sure annual leave is selected here. Don't worry about the 8 next to it. Just make sure it's annual leave, and you'll be paid for the normal hours you would have worked anyway. So some of you might have a 7.6 daily roster. Some of you might work 8 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and work 6 hours on Friday. Whatever that roster is, we've programmed it into payroll for you, and it will do your leave in that manner. So it might show up differently for you, but it just depends on what your work roster is. So that's a leave application put in. Obviously, if you're taking some extra leave or things like that, make sure it reflects in this one leave request. But those are the only public holidays that you should be doing. You can put some notes here like, I don't know, Christmas, shutdown, leave. What you can do is then press submit, or you can press supervisor approval. So if you press supervisor approval, are you sure you want to submit? It'll submit your application, but it also gives you this pop-up to allow your supervisor to log in and approve it on the spot. So normally when it's submitted, it gets emailed to your supervisor to approve. If they're standing right next to you, press supervisor approval, hand them your phone. Fingers crossed they know what their password is. They can enter their password here, press login and approve, and they can approve that on the spot for you. Or you can just press close and it's still submitted for your supervisor to approve as per usual. So that's step 1. We've done the application there. So we can see it'll update when it's been approved. So now it says submitted here, and this will say approved once it's been approved by the supervisor. So that's all good. Please don't be alarmed if it pops up and says that you have a negative balance with your leave request. We will fix up any negative leave balances for you manually. Just put in the one request to save yourself the hassle. So now what we're going to do is put the public holidays on our timesheets. So what we're going to do is press create timesheet here and click on this one and let it load. Alrighty, so we can see here that the 3 timesheets are in the future. So the ones that we want to concern ourselves with is actually just this one here. I'm just going to show you an example of how to do it just for Christmas and Christmas Eve, but you won't have these other 2 timesheets show up. You'll have it the week after show up. That will also include New Year's Day, so you can do that as well. But I'll show you how to do them just for Christmas and Boxing Day. So like I said, go to the create timesheet section. Once your leave request is approved, it will populate itself in here. But we're just going to do the public holiday in the one spot so that we can just do it for now. So what you would normally do with your timesheet, so press the black arrow here, but instead of putting in hours, we're going to press the hours worked and get a drop down box, and you're going to select public holiday, put 7.6 or put whatever is your normal working roster. For this account, it's 7.6 hours daily. Please ask your field officer if you are not sure. So that's put it in for Christmas Day. I'm just going to press next day up here. Do the same thing for Boxing Day. Wonderful. And then you're going to go back to the rest of your timesheet. And that's going to be the public holidays for you. You will also do the same thing for the 1st of January, which is the following week, so that you can do the New Year's Day public holiday. If your leave request has already been approved, it'll populate in here for you, and you can just press the save and submit button and submit that to your supervisor. If it hasn't been approved yet, just press the save button down here, save your timesheet, and then once your leave request has been approved, you can submit these timesheets so that all of your Christmas leave has been sorted out for you in advance. So yeah, feel free to ask your field officer for any help with this, but hopefully that's been helpful for you.